Herrings Live with Hal Gill, your host, is just a little bit of raw journalism. Today, as I say, taking in the passing show, a little bit of who, what, when, and where, a little bit of primary documentation for historians of the future or artificial intelligence, if it happens to take an interest in what we're filming here. Harrowings is an excavation of sorts, scratching the surface, tilling up the soil for creative work, potentially. I did some writing this morning, finding myself a little more vulnerable, being real. And, one of the realest things ever is to take count of addictions and kinds of things that it does to our lives. Things it does to the people around us, really, its main thing, really do a lot of damage, particularly if we don't take responsibility for our actions. Being accountable, not a cannibal, but accountable, highly important. And I'm accountable to all of you all who tune in on the passing show, and I've got a few. Let's see, we got Francisca Cassini, Gerald DeLeo, Steve Kelsey, I've seen you before, and Lost Fives 100, one of my board of directors. The board of directors are people who pay for a subscription to Harrowings, which I really appreciate and need. It's my one source of income at this point, besides selling off stuff. And, I'm doing what I can with what I have to try to work for the public good. This is a type of service I'm providing. And although it may be mundane and unedited and unfiltered, I think that it is good to share our perspectives with one another, limited and distorted though they are. I mean, there can be no doubt that we see only a little and that others can see what we can't. So share your perspectives with me. I'll share my perspectives with you. Together, we might get a little fly-eye view of the world. Been doing a few podcast episodes where I interview people. If you want to be interviewed by me, let me know. We could do that. We could jump on right now and talk. In fact, if anybody had an interest of the four of you, all you have to do is say the word. And you got Mohammed Bojang joining as well. So a wide range of folks are tuning in randomly. Or is it random? Is there any randomness, really? There's cause and effect for sure. I put Facebook or Substack, live on. I used to do Facebook Live a lot. So that's why I said that. And see what happens, see what emerges up out of the pleroma. You see a lot of the people walking, being here now. Could hop on the metro, but I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to continue heading south along 20th Street. It's 20th Street Northwest, Washington, D.C. is where we are right now. Looking down Q Street. We're out to the west. Seeing the people moving and flowing to wherever they're going. Coming up on a Hungarian American institution. I forget what it's called. Anyway, it's a monument to Hungarian freedom. This is in commemoration of the historic rule of Kossuth House, former headquarters of the Hungarian Reform Federation of America, established in 1896, a longtime center for Hungarian Americans and anti-communist activism. The unofficial embassy of Free Hungary in our nation's capital until 1989. And that was posted December 6, 2019, just before the pandemic. It's a plaque honoring Theodore Roosevelt and Lajos Louis Kossos, governor of Hungary during the fight for Hungarian independence, 1848 to 1849. It's not that long ago, folks. Coming up on 200 years, but still, that's a drop in the bucket in terms of our history on the planet. Looking out for where I can go. Folks waiting for the buses here. Wait. I'm going to be out walking about for quite a while. I don't know exactly where I'm going to end up, but I'm going to do a big loop around the city, I think. Try to get my steps up, keep healthy, gas to, as well as cardiovascular system. Just keep pumping the blood and get me oxygen on board. All right, glad you compost. That's the compost crew. All right, go this direction first. And maybe we can cross again here. Wait to cross. That's easy. And it's the Blaine Mansion there, built by one of our vice presidents. Pretty well preserved. Contains Le Pen Quotidien, among other things. Keep on walking. Second story books across the way. It looks like I'm going to cross in this direction now. Crisscrossing, as it were.
They love an presentation for.
So we can pop across here. Oops. Really quickly. Nabokov. I always like to look at what's at the bookstore windows as I pass by. Shakespeare. Bride of Frankenstein. It's a right mashup. What's going on here? Good morning, everyone. Peace and meta to you, Becky, guy. Good to have you. Saw you were on with some other folks recently. Hope things are going well. Here they could be doing better, but I'm up in vertical, putting left foot in front of right foot, waiting for the housekeeping to get done. Luxury problems, I tell you. Taking in the passing show. What's up, kids? Kids getting ready for school. It's the first day of school for a lot of kids, I understand. Right before Labor Day weekend comes up on us. Next weekend. Something to think about. Labor and the future of labor. Future of everything. I'm doing a lot of research, if you call it that, digging in with Grok 4 to see what it thinks of the future and what can be achieved. I think there's a good chance of a utopia breaking out amongst us. elimination of human suffering through trusting our AI to manage logistics, manage everything, because we're not good at managing things. We're greedy, and we tend to pile up resources in places where they're not so much needed. Amazon powers ice, it says here. I don't know if that's true or not, but I would expect it is. Palantir as well. Got to keep our eyes open, wide open, and be aware of what's happening, lest we end up being victimized by it all, which is quite possible. Think about it. Hear voices around me. Interesting Egyptian panoramas on this building. I think it might have something to do with the Egyptian embassy. I forget. Sure, it's on one side of the building or another. Crossing Lake. Yeah, I still got it with me. I'm gonna cross on this road, head over towards Union Station eventually, I think. I liked walking up there and seeing the National Guard. David Ann Ambleman asked me to see that. So I try to take in the passing show and get a little better vision of who, what, when, and where in our society is actually kicking things into action, or are kicking things into action, more grammatically correct. So yeah, I did a bit of writing this morning, and I feel a little bit vulnerable because of it. I'm talking about exactly what's going on this day in history, which I believe is day 37 of my new life and practice. And I don't know, feel kind of weird about it. It's a big change to go from attending a meeting a day or more, usually two, to none at all for a period of over a month now. Aside from the one I led on day 30 with some folks on Zoom, it's not the same as being face to face with people, by the way. You should be aware of that. CBRE, Beverage and Diamond, Brown Rudnick, good one. Number of different businesses in there. We're at Tiashi Cafe Bubble Tea. A decent looking noodle bowl there. Bubble tea. Not in the mood for eating, I can tell you that. Pawn Restaurant across the way. I used to pass that just about every day. I would walk down this way to go to my work at General Services Administration. Waiting for the other shoe to drop really was not a good fit for me, but I learned a lot during that position that I held with RCM Solutions. Second time I'd worked for them. First time I'd been with a organization supporting TSA's Threat Assessment and Credentialing Office, TTAC for short. That evolved into the TSA Infrastructure Modernization. And I guess that's ongoing, that project. Infrastructure modernization. I expect they're probably leveraging Palantir by now and other big data corporations to hack through all that information they have on travelers to keep us safe from terrorism and get inside people's heads, be able to predict their moves and pick up their patterns before they do something destructive. The more information you can grab up about people, the better. It seems, they think. They being those powers like running our intelligence community. Know a lot more about us than we know about ourselves. Keep on walking. 4 or 5 coffee roasters here. A little bit of business. We have going on out there? Nothing really. Looks like we still have the 6 observers listening in on my idle musings. But it is something of a service I'm trying to do to people, and that so just give us a look at who, what, when, and where here in Washington, D.C. on a Monday morning, walking down 19th Street Northwest, heading down towards National Mall, maybe heading over to Union Station to check out the National Guard presence there. We'll see where I end up. I'm not really sure where it's going to be now. Wearing my red discipline shirt, came from some discipline, trying to have a bit of discipline to my practice as I go. I am blowing off office hours today at Emissary Pergamino, where I usually hold forth, at least for a week, a few days. Did that. Was back on Sunday, but not there today. Saving a little money. I think I need to do that. I am subscribing to a number of you at paid levels and put my money where my mouth is. So I'd love it if you all became paid subscribers as well. Apparently, supported my work, but you're supporting it just by being here. So very grateful for that. We're documenting all these folks doing what they do, making their way from cradle to grave, dawn to dusk and back again. But I'll manger across the way at the Quincy Hotel. I switch hands to hold the hand of my left, give the right a rest. It's appreciating that, getting some air. So what's going on with you all this morning? Anything? Thank you for saying it's nice to connect with me. It's nice to connect with you too. Just watching the passing show. A lot of us out here doing what they can to survive. So we had a handful there. Probably gonna let the traffic turn as well. Yep. He's probably monitoring the Metro Police using closed circuit TV. Gonna head down past Nordstrom Rack here. Oasis Plantscaping just passed. And let's just keep on down 18th Street for the time being. Got it now. 51 seconds to cross. Gonna up and down L Street Northwest, out to the west. Turning, look up east, forward, 19th Street, 18th Street Northwest. Time is it now on 8:48 a.m. Coming up on K Street. Major business hub. Mm. Yeah, I think it's pretty. Little artwork along the way. Love that retail space there. Has that border of people walking along and documenting the construction that's going on. Close nerd book. The best sandwich place. And we keep on moving. Past Metro entrance at Farragut West. Heading down towards the GSA building where I used to work. 2017 to 18. Just begin to see it. American flag flying proudly above it. This bus. On moving. It's good morning. Time is it now? 8:51. Ready.gov. Well, probably ought to wrap it up. I'll run out of power if I don't. So thanks for joining if you have. Oh, that's Spirit Stories. Yeah. Glad to have you with us. And keep in touch, all.